You betrayed their trust. You let someone down big time. Will they ever find a way to forgive you? Stay tuned and you learn the secret of how to rebuild trust. Hi, my name is Michael Dare, and I am a progress partner. I'm your progress partner. I want to help you keep your eyes focused on the vision and your journey to great. If that's you, consider subscribing. I'm here to help you with insight and resources so that you can overcome your next obstacle. Let's get to our topic. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, betrayed someone's trust, broken the code of trust, where a person says, "Well, I don't know if we can continue this, or I can trust you this business relationship. I don't know if I can trust you anymore. You did this, and it was so unforgivable that I think that we're done." And have you been there? I think some of us have been to the edge of that cliff, right? And but we somehow magically made it, and sometimes it's easy for us to figure out, okay, what we have to do to rebuild trust. Other times it's very hard and difficult, complex even, to determine how do we rebuild the trust after it has been broken. Now, it could be something as simple as stealing someone's pencil or an infidelity. The idea is the same. The principles are the same. And that's what I'm going to share with you here today. Now, the first thing is understanding what is a betrayal of trust. When a person is putting faith in you, when they believe in you, it is the fabric of our society. It's how we as a society grow. It's how communities are built. We expect that that people are going to give us the same things that we give to them. All right, so we give them the benefit of the doubt and we expect them to give us the benefit of the doubt. So people are giving these quote unquote gifts to us unbeknownst to us. They're putting their trust in us. They're putting their hope in us. They're letting their guard down. They're letting the walls down, and you're invited in. You are in the inner circle. You're in. So what happens now? You make one mistake, and oh, by the way, if you didn't look at my videos on the secrets of mistakes or the secrets of rebuilding or rebounding from mistakes, go take a look at those videos. I might be able to post it. I'm still new to YouTube, so I'm still getting used to all of the fancy annotations and all of those good things. So if you can find it, it's good. If I'm able to put the link in, I'll put it in, but you have to take a look at those. All right, so you do make the mistake and trust is broken because this person has put they put their trust in you. They let the walls down. They let you into a vulnerable place in their life, and you did the very thing that they didn't want you to do. You hurt them, even though they put down the defenses and they let you in. It was a Trojan horse attack. All right, you came into their inner circle, and then you did the thing that made them build the inner circle in the first place, only you destroyed them from the inside. So that's why breaking trust is so unforgivable, quote unquote unforgivable. It's because a person has taken all this time to segment and really quarantine different people and different things in their life, and they made a judgment call to let down the wall and let you in. They trusted you. They gave you information that they knew could harm them if it fell into the wrong hands, but they deemed you trustworthy. And so they did that. They gave you their business, and they thought, hey, there's so many different choices, but I'm going with you because I trust your service. And so if you let them down, bam, that trust is broken. And that's why it's such a big deal. Now, let's get on to the next part. How do you rebuild after all of this? Well, let me give you a quick story. It was one of my clients in my delivery business. Uh, I was unable to make a shipment, but I was so nervous because I was just starting out that if I wasn't able to perform, and this was the biggest paying client that I had, And if I wasn't able to perform, we live in America. It's a society of capitalism. There's no shortage of competition. And if he got someone to fulfill this order, I feared that I would not be able to compete with whoever would get his business after they did that one job for him, especially because of the fact that you have this desire to stick with them because they came through for you. So I knew all this and I said, oh, I cannot allow this to happen. So what I did was I sent a replacement. I sent someone that I thought would be able to do what I was able to do in my place. My name was attached because I chose that person to go in my place. And so the trust had been broken. So what did I do? We're talking about what we can do when trust is broken. Number one, let the person know that even though you broke their trust, if you desire to rebuild the trust, let them know that they are valuable to you. Do something extraordinary, do something unusual to let them know that even though you had a lapse in judgment, that does not change how you value them. So, what I did, what my wife and I did, we drove 80 miles to the client's house just to talk with them personally, give them our time, and give them our sincerest personal verbal apology to let them know, hey, we messed up. And if you watch my video on mistakes, that's the first step to rebounding from a mistake. You have to admit it. In fact, there are three things that you need to concern yourself, only three things you need to concern yourself with if you make a mistake. One is admitting it. Two is learning from it. And three is never repeating it again. If you could do those three things, you're on your way to rebounding from any mistake. So after we talked, then he's like, all right, we're good. Da, 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 da. So what's happening next week? How we, da, da, da. So we're like, okay, we're in again. Okay, so now that's the first part. Do something to show the individual, the organization, whoever you are, the partner, that you value them beyond the break, the severing of the trust. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two is, and it's very simple, be consistent. Be consistent. If you watch my other video on making mistakes, you gain nothing from forcing a person to forgive you or forcing a person to give you a second chance. As a matter of fact, the mere gesture of forcing them to either forgive you or give you a second chance has the opposite effect. It makes them not trust you even more, because now you're like, they're thinking, oh, now first you get away with murder, and now I have to give you a set. I don't have to do nothing. And so you end up fighting your way through all of those issues, which you don't need in your way if you really want to rebuild trust. So don't force a person to trust you or give you a second chance. You make that statement with your actions. And so number two is be consistent. So after we got back in his good graces, we were consistent with giving him good service. If you have a spouse or a fiance that you messed up with, uh, you don't force them to say, well, oh, you deserve to give me a second chance because you did this or that. That is counterproductive. You don't need to do that. What you need to do is be consistent with your love, be consistent with your integrity, be consistent with all of those things. And without saying a word, without tooting your own horn, beat your drum. Okay? So without saying, hey, look what I'm doing, because that just deflates that balloon. Just do what you need to do and be consistent with it, and the work will happen on your behalf. So be consistent. And then lastly, number three, outlive every rumor and negative thought. Here's how it works. As you're being consistent, as you're doing the right things and not worrying about what's going on in the other person's head or what's happening on the other end, you're just doing what needs to be done and you're being consistent with it. What happens is the person whose trust you broke steps back and looks, and they're seeing you drone about doing the right things, and they're thinking, okay, well, maybe he or she has truly overcome that issue or that break in trust. Maybe they've changed, maybe they've learned, maybe I am that valuable to them that they would make this change and stay changed. And that's good. That's where you want them to be. Now, what you have to do is simply outlive the rumors, outlive every negative thought that they might be thinking about you going back and relapsing into that area where you broke their trust. Okay, so if it's an addiction, and you're like, look, I'm gonna stay clean. Stay clean. Be consistent with staying clean. And then as you're staying clean, every time they think, oh, he's really gonna fail now, or she's gonna fail now, what you're doing is you will outlive the rumor about you. Things will be said, whether they're said to you or not, they will be thought. Oh, is this the time where he's going to fail me again? Or is this the time where she's going to fail me again? No, it's not. And I'm going to prove it. How are you going to prove it? I'm going to be consistent. That's the only way to build trust, in my opinion. And hey, my opinion may not count for anything, but I've helped so many people through this process of rebuilding trust and taking back what they thought they lost for themselves so long ago. So be consistent, outlive every rumor or negative thought about you by simply staying on the right side and doing the right thing, and you will eventually build trust. I want to tell you again, do not try to rebuild trust by forcing a person to trust you. That has the opposite effect. You will not get them to trust you. You will only get them to ask you more questions or wonder silently, is this person really serious? So I'd like to hear from you. What trust have you rebuilt? What I guess challenges did you face when you were trying to rebuild trust? Let us know. Let everyone know down below, and you could be helping someone in the community. So remember that, and if you want more of these videos, just subscribe and click that bell so that we can get the notifications to you whenever we're putting out a new video, so that you can get the insight so that you can overcome your next obstacle. So remember, you are the rocket. I am the launch pad, and I'm okay with it. Until next time, keep growing, doing, and becoming. God bless you.